Good afternoon, everyone, residents, staff members, anyone else that might be watching this. Today is Wednesday, March 18th. Yes, March 18th. It's very nice to once again be able to greet you. Let's start with what I always start these meetings with, and that is first a COVID-19 update on our campus. And that is that there is no update from yesterday or the day before. The few situations where there's some isolation occurring, that continues. And you, I'm sure, have read and heard so many times, but it is true, and I'm just repeating what you know, and that is that getting tested is almost impossible. So for some of these situations, we don't know when or if testing is going to become possible. So in the meantime, we continue with the isolation techniques. I did mention a couple of times to you that there was one staff member that was being monitored as a result of their travels. They weren't working for the last 10 days or so here at Episcopal Church Home, but we were concerned, and we were making sure that they were cleared before they could come back. That person did get tested, and it came back negative. So we were certainly very pleased to know that that person at no time was working here and then spreading it without knowing that they were an active case, because they weren't. So let me summarize. I think I got windy on that one. Sorry about that. The summary is that that staff member did get tested, and they were tested as negative. They do not have COVID-19. Pleased to say that. The other point that I want to make today, I know that you are staying in touch with your managers and the bulletin boards that they have going on, and the communication, the occasional call fire maybe from them, and so forth. And that's really important. Remember that you're not in this alone. None of us are in this alone. This is not easy. This is painful in many ways. Social distancing is not fun. And at the same time, we do in our day, in this 2020 year, we do have the conveniences of the phone and the conveniences of social media. And as we know, in many of our communities, there are various activities still occurring, very carefully being orchestrated so that social distancing continues. None of us are alone. Remember that. We're all in this together, and we support one another. The things that you used to love doing before, you can't do them in the same way, but many of the things you can get creative and find new ways to do it. The staff that you've loved seeing and hearing from, they're still here at Episcopal Homes. They just aren't necessarily as accessible as they used to be, but they're still here. So the relationships that we've had in the past, yes, they've morphed slightly in the way we interact on a regular basis, not able to do that so fluidly as we once could, but the people are here, the love is there, and we support you and feel just as devoted and committed to you at all times as we always have. That hasn't changed. That's not going to change. So until tomorrow, farewell. All the best.
Good afternoon. I am Phil Rose. I'm the Director of Spiritual Life here, and I want to echo what Marvin said about this being a difficult time, but there are a lot of wonderful things happening as well, a lot of creativity, a lot of people reaching out with compassion and love to one another. And I want to share with you something I came across last night, written by a woman named Kitty O'Meara, and there is a lovely piece of art that goes with it that Chloe will post on the video when she posts this on our website. And it shows a woman hunkered down inside of a tree reading, and there are other people, there's a bear and a fox also reading. And here is the poem that was written that goes along with it, that I think it actually has brought me to tears a couple times. I think it's just lovely and a great thing for us to put out into the universe and to help it come into fulfillment. And the people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art and played games and learned new ways of being and were still and listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, Some danced. Some met their shadows. And the people began to think differently. And the people healed. And in the absence of people living in ignorant, dangerous, mindless, and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger had passed, and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses, and made new choices, and dreamed new images, and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully, as they had been healed. May it be so. The next thing on this channel will be Good Afternoon with Spiritual Life at 3:30. Until then, be well.